Hello and good morning. Today let us look at the Dasha Bhukti of the Libra Lagna 5th Bhava. In the previous class we had mentioned that the native will do engineering with computers or with software development because Rahu is influencing the 5th house, Mars is influencing the 5th house, and Saturn is influencing the 4th house, and Jupiter is aspecting the Mars. Therefore, now let us look whether this native has the Dasha Bhuktis which are favorable for education from the age of 4 to the age of 25. Generally in India is considered to be a period of education, and therefore if the planets are influencing the 4th house and the 5th house, or if the Dasha Bhuktis are influencing the 4th house and the 5th house, the native will generally do well in education. In this chart, we have seen that the planetary influences are good for the 4th house and the 5th house. The 4th house is aspected by Saturn. The 5th house is aspected by Mars. Mars in turn is aspected by Jupiter. Therefore, we said the native will have software engineering degree. Now, does the Dasha Bhukti help the native? Moon is in Purva Bhadra Nakshatra at 0007 minutes, and it is in the last pada of Jupiter. Therefore, the native will have Jupiter Mahadasha to begin with for 3 years and 10 months. The next Dasha that the native will have will be Saturn Mahadasha for 19 years. Now, let us study the Saturn Mahadasha. The Saturn Mahadasha comes in on October 1980 and will remain with the native till October 1999, a full 19-year Dasha. Therefore, 21 and a half, nearly 22 years of Saturn Dasha, or rather the 22 years of the native will be completed when the Saturn Dasha is over. Now, let us look at the Dasha. First, the Dasha is a Yogakaraka Dasha. It is the 4th house lord and the 5th house lord and a Yogakaraka planet for Libra. Secondly, it is posted in the 10th house. 10th house is the Kendra Sthana. Therefore, a Trikona lord and a Kendra lord is posted in the Kendra. Therefore, the Saturn Mahadasha will be extraordinarily good for the native and is aspecting the 4th house. Therefore, the Mahadasha is a positive Dasha which is favorable for the native. Now, let us look at the Bhuktis of this Mahadasha. Saturn Mahadasha, Saturn Bhukti, the native will join school between 80 to 83. Definitely, the periods are comfortable. Saturn is aspecting the 4th house. 4th house is early education. Antradasha is also aspecting the 4th house. Therefore, the 4th house is favorably motivated. The native will have early education, will join school in the right time. There may not have been much delays in the joining of the native. Now, Saturn Dasha Mercury Bhukti. Mercury is the 9th house lord and the 12th house lord placed in the 2nd house of Kutumba. Therefore, the Kutumba is secure. The native will have all the family comforts. Now, next Dasha will be Saturn Dasha Ketu Bhukti. Ketu is placed in the 7th house of Aries. Now, Aries, Ketu, the dispositor of Aries is Mars. So, Ketu's dispositor is also Mars. Now, what happens that Mars again is posted in the 2nd house. Other than having small fevers and temperatures for the native will have a smooth sailing in the Ketu Antara. The next antara is Venus antara. Saturn, Venus are best of friends. They are well placed from each other. Now, therefore, that dasha should not give the native any problems. The next dasha is the Sun dasha. Sun is the 11th Lord dasha, 11th Lord Bhukti, placed in the second house of Kutumba. Again, not giving any changes for the native because Labhadipati is sitting in the Kutumbasthana. Labhadipati is sitting in the Kutumbasthana, or the Lord of the Gains is sitting in the house of Kutumba. Kutumba means family or home. Family is the right word for Kutumba. Then we have Rahu Dasha, Saturn Dasha, Moon Bhukti. Saturn Dasha, Moon Bhukti. Now, Moon is placed in the Trikona from Saturn. Now, if you want to go a little deeper, we can go a little deeper and say the dispositor of Moon is Jupiter. Jupiter is placed in the 11th house. Similarly, we can use the dispositors for all the planets and see their relationship with the Mahadasha Lord. Okay, that is another thought process which can be implemented as you get comfortable with the first level of understanding the dasha. The second level of understanding the dasha is to use the dispositor of each Bhukti Lord. To use a dispositor of each Bhukti Lord, just as I have used the dispositor of each Bhukti Lord. Now, the Saturn Dasha, Mars Bhukti. Now, Saturn Dasha, Mars Bhukti, Mars is posted in the second house in the Kutumbasthana. Therefore, absolutely no problems in his own house. Therefore, no problems as far as his early childhood or education is concerned. Maybe the native would have again had some fevers and flus, or may have been unwell for some period of time. Now, in Saturn Dasha, Rahu Bhukti. Now, Saturn Dasha, Rahu Bhukti will come in 1994. Now, 1994 will be 18 years for the native. Correct? 1994 will be the 18th birthday, or by the time the native comes to his 18th birthday, he will have the Rahu Dasha. Now, by this time, the native would have written his SSC examinations, the pre-university examinations, and would be ready to join college. Now, since I have the entry of the Rahu Dasha, the native will go away from his mother, not away from the motherland, because to be away from the motherland, I have to have a negative 4th house. Here the 4th house is very, very well placed. The 4th Lord is aspecting the 4th house. In the Navamsha, the 4th Lord and the 5th Lord is in his own Amsha. That also in the Mula Trikona Sthana. Therefore, the 4th house is not spoiled. But Rahu being Rahu and influencing the 5th house of higher education, the native will go to another place to do his degree or his final degree or college education, would be the thought process of this chart. Now, dispositor of Rahu is Venus, right? Dispositor of Rahu is Venus because Rahu is placed in the Lagna. Right. Now, Venus himself is in the 3rd house. So, the 3rd house of from the nativity, the 3rd house from the nativity, Lagna, native Lagna, Venus is being placed, who is a dispositor of Rahu. Again, from his own wish, self-effort, 3rd house is self-effort. Therefore, from his own wish, the native will think about or take a school or a college which is away from his hometown or away from his home. Right? Now, that would be, the age group would be about 18 years. Now, Rahu Dasha Jupiter Bhukti, which comes at the 21st year and is there till the 23rd year. So, in the fag end of Rahu Dasha Jupiter Bhukti, the native will be employed. Now, why are we saying that Jupiter will give employment? Jupiter is the 6th house lord and the third house lord, all right, placed in the 8th house of change. Again, from a student life, the native will become an employed personality or an employed citizen of the country. The student life is over and the career life begins. So, at the fag end of Saturn Dasha Jupiter Bhukti, the native will begin his career life. Maybe he may have got a recruitment in the college itself. Therefore, Jupiter will be very favorable for the native. Now, Jupiter, you can also look at the other way around. There is an Parivartana Yoga between Jupiter and Venus, and which is always applicable during the Dasha Bhukti only. The Parivartana Yoga or any yoga, the Viparita Raja Yoga, the Raja Yogas, the Nichabanga Raja Yogas, any yogas you talk, it is applicable only during the Dasha Bhukti. Therefore, in this Parivartana Yoga, Jupiter will act as Venus plus Jupiter. Jupiter himself is placed in the house of gains from the Dasha of Saturn. Therefore, the native will get gains. Jupiter in turn aspects the second house, which is not only Kutumba, family, but also the flow of money. Therefore, native will get flow of money. Now, when will the native have his first child? In this video or in this, in this native, in this chart, we see that the native is having Rahu Ketu in the Lagna. Therefore, when the Lagna and the 7th house is associated with Rahu Ketu, generally there is a delay for marriage. Secondly, the 5th house is also influenced by Rahu and Mars. Now, if we go to Bhavad Bhava principle, the 5th house becomes the 11th house of the 7th house, or 5th house is the fruitification of the 7th house. Therefore, this native's fruitification of marriage is delayed. Therefore, the native will not marry till the time he is about 28-29 years. It will be only in Mercury Dasha. Mercury Dasha starts in 1999 and Venus will come in 2003, and this would be the period when the native will marry. Venus is the natural Karaka for marriage. Mercury is the 9th Lord Bhagyadipati, sitting in the Kutumba Sthana. Therefore, Mercury will add Kutumba to the native, right? Then, therefore, a wife is an addition to the Kutumba. Now, Mercury Dasha, Mercury Bhukti may not give the native marriage because the Mercury is hemmed with the two other malefics, Mars and Sun. Even though Mercury is a Bhagyadipati, he has the ability to give you the marriage. The Bhuktinatha Mercury does not promise the marriage because he happens to be hemmed between two malefics. Then Mercury Dasha Ketu Bhukti is a Bhukti which is generally avoided for marriage. Again, if you look at Ketu, the dispositor of Ketu is Mars. Again, Mars is in the second house aspect shifting the 8th house. The 8th house is the unification of a man and a woman, which is having a Jupiter in it. Therefore, that unification will be delayed. Thus, the next dasha will be Jupiter dasha Venus Bhukti, which will be a favorable period for the native to get married. The native will have his first child in the moon Antara, in the moon Bhukti or the moon Antara, because moon is situated in the from Mercury, it is situated in the 5th house. Then secondly, Jupiter, the Karaka for children, moon is sitting is posted in the house of Jupiter, who is the Karaka for children. Thirdly, moon is in the Trikona from the 5th lord Saturn. So there are three possibilities which is telling us that the moon will give us children. The fourth thing is moon is in his own amsha in the Navamsha. So one, Mercury dasha moon bhukti is favorable because moon is sitting in the 5th house or posted in the 5th house from Mercury. Therefore, the Bhagyadipati and the moon, who is a favorable planet or a natural benefic, will give you children. 2, moon is in the 5th house from, it is in the 5th house, that is the house of children. Jupiter is the lord of the 5th house where moon is posted. Therefore, you will have children. Thirdly, the Saturn, who is the 5th lord, moon is in the Trikona from the 5th lord Saturn. Therefore, all these three parameters will definitely give the native his first child. I hope I have not confused you in this video. Do go around it more than once. I am sure it will be a good point of learning. Hope you like the video. Like, subscribe and share. Do follow me at G3 Astro. Signing off, Gayatri. Bye-bye.